When you look at the replication unit, whatever they can, and you put an orange here, and you get the taste, the feel of the orange. Ask yourself another question. You want to show this thing, how it works, to a friend of you who's standing next to you, now watching the cup. What do you explain to him? That the fields of the orange comes in, and then we can interact. Something very strange. The friend stands here with a glass of whiskey. And on the other hand, he has a ham sandwich. Then you give a cup to your friend to drink. And he says, yes, I felt the taste of the orange and everything else. But the question to ask you is, they're standing in the same environment. How come he only tastes the orange and not the whiskey and not the ham? You taste the same water and you say, yes, I taste the ham. Sorry, I taste orange, but you never speak about the ham. And you never get drunk with the whiskey. Why? The reason for this is what we call the process of the intention and the soul. Would you get drunk if you put the glass of alcohol, the whiskey, over here too? And would you taste the ham and cheese in the drink? In a way, if you look at it, you had your juice, you had your food, and you had your drink. Full dinner served. But why do you only go for the orange? Then, if you understand this process, then you go into the next phase of development of new cycle of understanding intention. And many times I pass in the lab and in the what you call it, packaging, and when I see these things are sent out by the dispatch unit and they fill these vases and everything, and I say, when this knowledge seekers are wise to see the truth. And this is why I always tell you, you are the cup. And if you go a step further, you are immersed in the cup, even with the soul of the Creator. Then you understand why I say 80% of the food you eat is from the environment and 20% you physically chew. This replication unit is for you to understand you are the cup, you are the replicator. But you have to understand how to get to it, how to use it, where to put the orange, and where to put the whiskey, and where to put the sandwich. Then, can I hold an orange and taste it without eating it? Can I look at the cow and enjoy, nice drumstick, I would like a stew of the tail, and I like the tongue, but you don't touch that anymore. Is there something in the dimension of us by the point of intention and the expansion of the soul, or is it we're still bundled, as I say, in the world of physicality, and we become ignorant to facts and realities of what these cups can. Now, who would like to be the field replicator? We do the field replication, we take when it comes to emotion, but we refuse to do it in a physical dimension. We see somebody sad, our body, our emotion, which is again replicator, absorbs it, and we cry because they cry. They laugh, we laugh. We have managed to replicate emotion in a way, in the tank, in the salt water of our body, but somehow mankind, when it comes to the matter state, has a bit of problem to understand. Now, how come you're choosing on what you replicate? And how come you don't elevate the understanding that you replicate? And then you see what the difference is intention by dimension of what I call the strength of the soul of physicality, where you tap in the soul of physicality to the environment and not with the soul of the man, where with the emotion you play with both. So now you can imagine what you can do with the field replicators. Would you look at a cup and put the field replicators around it and you say, I love you and everything else, and you give it to your wife and says, drink it. I brought you water. And when she drink it, the way she tasted the orange, would she taste your love? Would she taste your affection? Isn't that the Holy Grail? Now, try to understand what you can do with the field replicators. Do you want a feel of an orange? Or would you like to have a feel of peace? Is understanding the psychology of the interaction of the souls, not the physicality. That's where I work with. And that's where most of you are still looking at the replication cup. This is why I said only needs one to change a whole lot. You look at one cup here and you put an orange and you stand here and you drink it and you taste the orange. What this orange is here will do if I make many cups around you. Is it only this cup or is it all enlightened and deceived? And would it have a different energy and taste if I change slightly the salinity of each one? While you have your replication units. Now you understand when I tell you that it needs one to be enlightened and the rest receive. Is this the reason why I tell you when Mitra comes, she carries all the strength of the creation and the creator. This is what we said. Mitra is the collection of every strand of the best fields of every creature in the universe. So every cup in the universe shall be fulfilled, does not matter where. When Mitra comes, every strand of every soul ever created and to be created in the universe is within her. She does not need to talk because she already enlightens through the soul. She is that orange. It depends if you are emotionally ready to receive it, to fulfill your soul, to fulfill your emotion and the physicality. And don't forget, you asked the question because it was a time to answer the question. Your soul knows it's the time to ask, and this is the time for a lot of people to understand. In physicality, when you go, you see these presidents or prime ministers or people who give a speech, they write a few questions and they give it to some audience. People ask me this question that I can answer. That is to support of us. Or they've been told these are the questions you're going to ask. That piece of paper with us is a message of our soul to your soul to ask the question that enlightens the rest with the knowledge which is spoken. It means mankind is ready to mature to the next level by answering the question. Now you understand why and how. And I said many times, it takes only one soul to mature and enlightens the other. Get an orange, make 10 replication cups and taste all of them. Is it only one which is taste the orange or all of them taste the orange? And change the salinity and see how the taste changes. And then you understand, in respect of color and race and religion and position in the universe, you still receive the beauty of the essence of the orange. And that orange, that soul, which bring that change, that will be both in the dimension of physicality and the soul, is the soul of Mitra. Blessed.